back to my channel. What are we doing today? Today I am actually surrounded by acrylic paint marker pens. I'll say the full name, Acrylic Paint Marker Pens, because today we are celebrating Mermay, and this month it's all about acrylic paint marker pens. Now I have my piece all pre-drawn up. It's not necessarily lined up, kinda ish, but it is definitely pre-drawn up. If you are a member of my Patreons, you will be getting this as this month's Patreon's exclusive or bonus. If you're also a member of the paid tier, I believe the coloring page for this is also up, so you will be getting all that so beautifully. Now, for this year's Mermay, we are celebrating fishes that are popular in my country of Belize, and I have chosen, as usual, to do a very short prompt list. I'm only doing 3 prompts this May, but I would say that the Patreon, the paid tier, gets the coloring book version to this. Anyway, this picture, I'm sure you probably would have seen it in previous videos, maybe not. I'm not sure how I'm going to put the order of these videos up, but this one is all about the red snapper. Now, red snapper is a very popular fish here in my country. Actually, I should put a picture up of how the red snapper looks here in Belize, because it is a very popular fish, and we celebrated Easter a couple months ago, and Easter is also a time when we eat a lot of fish, and red snapper is one of those fish we eat. Anyway, so I decided to draw my little mermaid depicting the red snapper. There's also the bar jack that we also eat here, and the tilapia, which is a freshwater fish. We also eat that here too. So those are the other two, sorry, mermaids that I have in this thing today. And since we're all about acrylic markers, let me quickly tell you what I've already did. So what I've already did is I primed this surface here. This is a prime surface. This is in the, let me see if I can get the cover up. Yes, this is the Arteza sketchbook. The Arteza, yes, it is a watercolor mixed media sketchbook, wired bound. This is kind of like one of the first watercolor books that this is one of the first, or among the first watercolor books that I had. And it came in a pack of 3. This is the last one in that pack. And what I did is that I primed the opposite surface with gesso and leave the face part of it untouched. So this is the opposite surface for this book. I primed every single page literally with gesso, and I left the face part untouched. So this is the prime part of it that has been primed with gesso, white gesso. And also this is where I drew my mermaid. I decided to use colored leads because I wanted to do, let me show you what I did already. I wanted to do something like this, you know. So and these illustrations are also up on Patreon, the paid tier, because I did do a little coloring book for the paid tier. So this is my little illustration that is up. I put it on a prime surface, and then I didn't want to waste all that nice gessoed piece, so I decided to paint the background with black acrylic ink, and then I used the paint markers to color the hot dog, and I also used some gel pens. I was thinking of using a bit of colored pencil, but I'm okay with this effect. And yeah, these are just gel pens I decided to put around here. I love it. I really love it. The ink that I used is actually the ink. Now the paint that I use is actually this. This is the black paint that I use, the folk art matte acrylic paint. I actually do enjoy these matte acrylic paints. I enjoy using them. They're sold right here in my country, so they're locally bought, which is amazing. Matte acrylic, and I'm just in love with them. This is the one that I use for the mermaid. This is their black, pure black. This is the sky mist. So I don't necessarily have to do a lot of color mixing. Let me also show you, because I did say in a previous video that I was going to work with these acrylic markers some. So yes, I did this work here to kind of test out how these acrylic markers would behave on this surface. Because one of the things I learned is that the acrylic markers behave differently, especially when it comes to the colors and how it laid down. It behaves differently on different surfaces. So here's another surface that I chose to work on. Let me put on the light this way. Yeah, because so we don't have the glare. Because this one is actually, you see the sheen going on there? Yeah, this one is also, this is a coloring book, by the way. Let me bring you guys up. Yeah, this is a coloring book. It's kind of big. Here it is. And this is like the only paint by numbers coloring book that I have. It's by Pointers. This coloring book was locally bought as well. And yeah, so I did try it out a bit, but I also, excuse me, oops, oh gosh, it's still wet. I did this last night just so I could test out the coloring book. So this is how it worked with acrylic, and this is the folk art paint that I use. That's why I kind of like the folk art paint, because it allows me to color these big surfaces. That way I don't use a lot of my my paint pen inks for it. I did some glitter acrylics, you know, kind of like that effect. The other surface that I worked with this in is this one here. And you guys will be seeing these again here. I finished this piece. I did this in a previous video. I did not finish it, but I finished it here. So this is another piece that I did. And this one is in the, also a treated surface, but the paper in here is a bit different than the Arteza. This one is I think it is You Create or Pacan paper, and I treated that with gesso. And somehow the acrylic paint markers seem to be a bit darker on this paper than it is on the Arteza paper. And the next surface, or I should say the fourth surface that I used, is this one. This is the Paul Rubens watercolor book. And I chose to use this, as I keep saying, is because of this here, the bleed through. Whenever I use it with conventional watercolor, it seemed to cause bleed through. So I only use it with acrylic or wash paints. I showed this in a previous video that I did. Let me bring you in a bit. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up. This in a previous video a bit. And then I also did this one here. Yeah. Not too much sparkly bits. So yeah, there's a few pages in here that I need to get through. So I'm hoping throughout the year I'm able to go through this book. These pictures in here, I know for this one is also on the Patreon. I think these are the February and March Patreon coloring pages. So you can color along with me. There's tons of coloring pages on Patreon. So I have complemented my acrylic paint markers with gel pens. Now this is just one section of it, and these are the yellows, the orange, and the reds. And I love pairing gel pens with these. Let me get a piece for you. It'll be in this book here. Yeah. So here, like these is the black gel pen. These are white gel pens. These are black glitter gel pens. Here, let me see if I can put the light on so you can see a little shiny. Yeah, these are glitter gel pens. The black, the glossiness. This is a glitter acrylic, while these are gel pens. And I also pair it with not only these type of gel pens, but I was fortunate to get this for Valentine's Day. Oh, let me bring that out to appreciate my tower. Yeah, this was my Valentine's Day present. This is the Lango gel pen set. This is the 99 colors. I think 99 colors is okay, especially knowing I have another tower of gel pens. Yeah, and these one are matte. There are no glitters here. So yeah, so this has been what I've been doing for the past, and I've also paired it with these. Yeah, so for coloring. So yeah, so I've been working a lot with mixed media, even though today is all about acrylic paint pens. I have been doing it from a mixed media approach, pairing acrylic paint pens with acrylic paints, with gel pens, and with colored pencils. Okay, so I started a bit early today because the one thing I learned working with the acrylic paint pens and acrylic paints and the gel pens on gessoed surface is that you need time to dry. So let's hope, because those pieces did not take me 1 or 2 hours. They actually took a couple days to do. So I had to wait till the ink dry overnight. I come back to it the next day, either more layers, or I add the gel pen on top. Had to wait till gel pen dry, then come back and add other stuff. So let's hope. Let's hope I get up or I can finish today with this one. But anyway, this is the piece that we are coloring today. We are coloring the red snapper girl, or the red snapper mermaid. And now that you know what I'm doing, now that you know where I'm doing it and what I'm using, let's stop the blabbering and get to the coloring. Okay, I am finished. Gosh, this was a long process. Now that I'm looking at it, it kind of looks like a shrimp. I know, right? And I was trying to go for the tail of the snapper along with this pattern that is on the snapper's body. I mean, I can still see red snapper on it, you know. Maybe if I don't know, but I'm also seeing shrimp, so I don't want to speculate, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. I really did had a lot of fun doing this. I did not have a lot of fun with the waiting time though, especially waiting for notice, yeah, I put a bit of glitter on her top there. Yeah, it's two different glitter pens. I was thinking of doing glitter in the eyes, but I'm okay with that. Like the little bit of colored pencils. Love this transition area that I have here. You know, the little shadowing and everything. I think it worked out perfectly. I enjoyed the way that I did not line it with black. I lined it with a colored, so it really kind of brought out that red snapperness of her just having fun. But this was literally a lot of fun when I was doing it, not while I was waiting for paint to dry. But it was a lot of fun, guys. If you're my Patreon, you do have these coloring pages, and if you're a member of the paid tier, you have the full-size coloring page. Let me know what you think of my contributions to Mermay. I will definitely complete the other two that I have, which is the barjack and the tilapia. um the other challenging thing for me was like these are one of the few times I am actually coloring a card into a color reference. I've never really done that. It's not something I normally do, so that was also very challenging for me, but I did have fun doing this. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. Let me know, and definitely in the comments below, if you're celebrating Mermay this year, and what are you doing for Mermay? Is there any special theme prompts that you're following? Are you doing like what I did, make up my own? Let me know all those beautiful goodness in the comments below. And as always, guys, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Happy Mermay!